I'm going to go ahead and call to order the special called meeting of the Alexander County Board of Education on February 22nd, 2017, and I would recognize Vice Chair Scott Bowman for our invocation.
Go ahead and pray. Lord, thank you so much for the day you've given us, and thank you for this rain. Lord, thank you for everything you do for us in our school system every day. Just keeping the hedge about us, keeping the kids safe. Lord, thank you so much for all of our staff and what they do for children every day. They're never thanked enough. Help us, Lord, today to do the things that will honor you and make decisions that will be the best for every child in this county. Just help us to do things every day that will show honor and grace to you. In your precious name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Now we'd stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Be seated. Board members, you've had a chance to look over the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second. I have a motion and a second. Any additions, discussions? All those in favor of approving the agenda as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. As everybody knows, the agenda is very short. The purpose of this meeting is to distribute the DPI facility survey and recommendations report. That's the sole purpose, is to distribute it. I wanted it distributed to all necessary parties simultaneously so that it wasn't piecemealed out and some folks didn't get it at a time when they needed it. The DPI study was released and received the afternoon of February 16th, which was late Thursday afternoon. And I had to have 48 hours of public notice for a special called meeting. So this was, for me, the fastest we could get this information released. I want to let everybody know that this study it's a study and its recommendations. It's not a directive. It's not an imperative at all. So once the board receives this report and the public receives this report, we've all got a lot of reading to do. It's 50 pages. So at some point, the board will hold a work session to discuss it, and that will be publicized and everybody will be made well aware. So there's no action taken today. We're just distributing the report. Before I distribute the report, I want to read the executive summary. It's a couple of pages long, and I will try very hard to move up to the microphone to be able to read this to you. I'm not going to editorialize it. I'm just going to read it. The stated purpose of the survey was to evaluate the schools in terms of enrollment, capacity, and facility suitability in light of the possibility of consolidation of the elementary schools. The DPI school planning has outlined our findings for each individual school and support facility, which is the bulk of this report. We, however, felt that a summary of our findings may help to condense our recommendations. It is obvious that, that Alexander County Schools takes pride in the overall maintenance of their facilities, as well as providing equity among all schools within the system. The Board of Education, maintenance staff, and the community have demonstrated their desire for a great school system. Noted throughout the schools was an effort to improve access for the disabled, to implement new technologies, install modern equipment in existing buildings to control energy costs, and general ongoing maintenance of the facilities. Enrollment data was obtained from the 2016-17 school year data from Alexander County Schools. This data was used as a basis in determining the actual enrollment for each school in combination with the facility's current capabilities. In this comparison, a facility utilization was determined that indicated that the elementary schools were under capacity. Also, it was determined that there may be the capability of the school system to close one of the elementary schools and consolidate the students with other schools. Projected enrollments that were prepared by Alexander County Schools indicates that there has been a declining enrollment over the past 5 years. This trend will continue in the foreseeable future, reinforcing that closing an elementary school may be an option to reduce overall operating costs. Maintaining undercapacity schools increase the cost per student in regards to operation of the school facility. From the 2016-17 enrollment reported data and DPI school capacity calculations, the elementary schools are not fully utilized. Our findings indicate that the current overall elementary school enrollment is 2,436, and the calculated design capacity is 3,050. That results in an overall undercapacity of 614 students. Most schools are running between 71 and 90% capacity. And they have a table in here that I'm not going to refer to, but it's just a chart of capacity and actual enrollment. The recommendations of the committee, of the study. One of the stated purposes of the site visit was to evaluate the various elementary schools in the county to determine how consolidation could best be accomplished, considering the fiscal benefit of the district and to the educational support of the students. School consolidation, especially because it involves the closing of a school or schools, is a serious matter and involves a number of factors. Several of these issues are beyond the scope of an evaluation by the school planning, which is what conducted this study, and are not addressed in this report. For example, the distance of bus travel, bus routes, and student demographics and density in various areas of the county have been thoroughly studied by district staff as part of their evaluation of the various consolidation scenarios. School planning personnel did not address this factor. Likewise, the DPI team did not consider the very important impact of teacher, staff, and administrator reassignment, including retirement and/or termination, nor did we attempt to assign a dollar amount of savings to the operating expenses. We are aware of various political considerations, such as public resistance to closing a particular school or to splitting neighborhoods between two different schools. In addition, transportation planning is a local determination that will also impact the decision to close a school and redistribution of the students to other schools. With current excess facility capacity indicated to be 614 students, school planning has developed 3 optimal recommendations for consideration. Based on observations made at each school as to the facility and teaching spaces, school planning respectfully recommends the following. Option 1 recommendation is to close Sugarloaf Elementary School and redistribute the students to other schools. This recommendation was influenced by the overall facility condition and its teaching spaces and the age of the existing school. There are strong concerns about fire safety in the original building, structural foundations and column support deterioration in the gym, multiple electrical services to the building, an on-site sewage treatment system, poor condition of the boiler, inadequate fresh air into the HVAC system, and through-wall non-ducted HVAC units which are noisy and lack sufficient fresh air supply to classrooms. This says if option 2 recommendation is accepted, which I haven't gotten to yet. But if the second option is selected, in lieu of closing Sugarloaf, the continued use of Sugarloaf Elementary would require major renovations or replacements in order to continue to be a suitable school facility. Renovations would include major construction. Renovations would involve major construction, may not resolve some of the observed concerns we have addressed, and could cost as much as a replacement facility. Reviewing the Alexander County Facility Study prepared by Pinnacle Architecture and the survey that is defined in this report, it is school planning's opinion that in general the following areas of renovation, repair, or replacement would be needed at Sugarloaf. Remove and replace the existing original classroom building. The existing building has questionable structure, corridors that provide no fire protection. exposed piping in hallways, insufficient fresh air in classroom spaces, low ceilings, and poor lighting, and roofing and insulation replacement. Some of the older toilets have not been renovated to meet the needs of handicap accessibility requirements. Add additional classrooms to accommodate the increased enrollment in this school. Remove and replace the cafeteria and kitchen. Remove and replace the gymnasium with multi-purpose gym. Replace the mechanical system boiler, which may involve additional HVAC work to bring the complete system to current energy code. Design system to provide fresh air in all classrooms. Study the electrical services to provide one central service to the building. Multiple services can be hazardous to electrical workmen and generally is not permitted in new buildings. To remove the abandoned or little-used buildings not part of school from the site. Remove the wood steps and ramps in favor of permanent steps and ramps to lower playground area. Option 2 recommendation is to close Taylorsville Elementary School and redistribute students to other schools. This recommendation was primarily influenced by the age of the facility. However, the building is in good condition considering its age and has the greatest potential for economical renovation. It does have public sewer and water and sewer service, which is a plus. There are through-wall non-ducted HVAC units which prove to be noisy and may not introduce sufficient fresh air to supply the classrooms. The existing gymnasium appears to be of sound construction and is a better candidate for renovation than replacement. If option 1 recommendation, which is to close Sugarloaf, is accepted in lieu of closing Taylorsville, the continued use of Taylorsville Elementary School would be a practical candidate for consolidation. Overall, the building is in sound condition. Reviewing the Alexander County Facilities Study prepared by Pinnacle Architecture and the survey that is defined in this report, it is school planning's opinion that, in general, the following areas of renovation, repair, and replacement would be needed would be needed. Where the through-wall HVAC units occur, there would need to be a means to introduce fresh air to the classrooms, as the units do not provide this. To renovate the existing gymnasium, incorporating a platform and stage. This may or may not require the replacement of the floor as outlined in the 2014 report. This should be revisited as it may only be required to refinish the floor. For the gymnasium, implement additional measures to provide handicap access and improve the sense of exterior entry and streetscape for the gymnasium. To renovate the older existing toilets to provide handicap accessibility, as some have not been renovated, and to add additional classrooms to accommodate the increased enrollment of the school. The third option, which is the last recommendation, is to construct a new 500-student elementary school on a new site or an existing school site. If a new site is chosen, it should have public water and sewer service. If constructed on an existing school site, it is recommended that it be at Taylorsville Elementary School because of availability of public water and sewer and the overall access to playgrounds and quiet public streets. It may be possible with careful design to keep the existing school in operation while the new school would be constructed. After the new school completion, the existing school would be removed. In this option, Sugarloaf Elementary School would be abandoned. One advantage of this proposal is that this school would provide for the latest in energy savings and facility operation and quality teaching spaces and support facilities. So those are the three recommendations of the DPI School Planning Department. It is a long 50-page report, very detailed. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute it to the board, to members of the press, to some administration up here at the central office, and to Mr. Cash and Ms. Lingle. I thank you for being here. I felt that it was important for you to hear the information and to receive the reports because it directly impacted, the recommendations could directly impact your schools. So, Well, before I do that, I just wanted to let everybody know, if anybody wants a copy of the policy pursuant to school board policy, you can send a written request. And that information will be provided for you. I would anticipate that the study will circulate quite a bit. And at some point in the future, we'll have a work session to discuss it further. Dr. Griffin's not here.
He has to.
Make him stay at home.
Yeah.
So we're distributing this, a copy of the report to County Manager Rick French, and he will convey this to the county commissioners. The radio now has a copy of the report. The Taylorsville Times we will deliver that to them right after, and the principals both have theirs. So at this point, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion we adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion in multiple seconds. All those in favor of adjournment, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nope. We're adjourned. Thank you.